you can become a part of that top 5%. Always look at what you can do to change your status. Work for it non-stop. And when I say non-stop, it means like I did for 5 years. Infinite hours through fails, bad times, and when things look impossible, I worked even harder. Failure is not an option. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonaccis-Traders.com here with a daily market recap. A day that started on the bullish side and went straight down. Before we start, please hit the like and subscribe will be much appreciated. Let's see the charts. As we all saw, SPY opened up, very bullish sentiment, and then bears remind us that they are in control, flush to the downside, closing the opening gap, because we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time, especially morning gaps to the upside or to the downside will get closed during the day. And now the daily, let's see if 385 will get retested as a support. A lot of macro news coming out this week, so pay attention. My main key takeaway from 2022 is sit on hands, wait on the sidelines until I see an A+ setup. Join our Discord. We publish and we post every day swing ideas and day trading ideas and A+ setups. Also follow me on Twitter. I also post over there. QQQ also went up above the 273, but then came the bears, closed the morning gap, and the daily closed on a doji. Now let's see where price will take us. Probably first we'll retest 267 as support, and then we need to wait for the macro news during this week. IWM also gapped up, filled the gap, closing below the 178. The 178 is a very important level of support and resistance throughout 2022, and it remains the same during 2023, at least at the beginning of 2023. Dow Jones, same here, but if we ignore the colors of the bars, we do see a higher low and a higher highs. So Dow Jones looking relative stronger than the rest of the indices. Let's see where price will take us from here. Dow Jones also started the day with gap up, and then came the bears, and now, as we can see if we zoom in, we can see 334 will act as support, because just by looking left on the intraday levels, we can see 334, 335 is a very strong resistance for the Dow Jones. Now, we need bulls to defend it. Otherwise, we will go down towards the 393.28. Again, only my opinion. This is what I see. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, paid or free services. AAPL. Let's check the intraday. We can see the first hour bulls tried to gain control back, but flashed to the downside, and now closing below the 130 area. Just by looking left, this 130 area on the intraday was and still is support, resistance, and now price failed to close above it. Tesla, all eyes on Tesla, managed to close above this red trend line. This red trend line goes all the way back to October 2021, held the lower lows, and now let's see if bulls can manage price above it. But as for the levels of support and resistance, we can see clearly 123, 124 is a very tough one. So for me, still no trend reversal on Tesla. I am sitting on the lines, sitting on hands, and waiting for a true signal for trend reversal. Netflix tried to continue to the upside. On the positive side, 314 now is holding as support. But after this run since 280 all the way to 315, maybe this doji here is a trend reversal to the downside signal. So let's see what will happen on Netflix during this week. Meta closed the gap, trying to break up and above this short-term uptrend channel. But if we look left, last time it tried, it went back in. And now, same goes here. 4 consecutive dojis trying and failing to break up above and closing above it. So let's see. Maybe some trend reversal towards the 126 and maybe even here, the 120, there is a gap. And we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. Jets continuing its run, its flight since 1660, now at 1870. Let's see if we can reach the 1914 before this gap will get filled, or this gap will get filled and then we might retest the 1815. Looking left, 1815 was a very strong support during November and December 2022. So now it might get retested once again. All we have to do is follow price and use levels and trend lines to manage our risk. This is not rocket science. It's only price action, and we need to know how to read it. Really understand price action, aka candlestick analysis. NEO with China is open to the world once again. All gates are open. No COVID tests are needed. No quarantine is needed. We can go in and out of China freely, same as pre-COVID. Let's see how it will affect Chinese stocks. Check the video I uploaded yesterday. Now NEO, still a very tight price range. I'm waiting for a break above this blue trend line. Then I might consider taking long. Nvidia breaking up above and closing above the 152 area. This 152 was a very important support area. Then it became a very important resistance, and now Nvidia held nicely over the 142, now breaking above the 152 with a slight small gap over here. As we can see, we might get filled this gap before the next leg up, but no one knows what will happen in the next day or in the next 15 minutes. All we have to do is look at the candles. Shopify breaking up above. Now, price might retest this trend line as support for a few days. Might go back to the 35 area before the next leg up. This was a very interesting resistance for the lower highs. Price broke above, and the 35 area was resistance, support, support. Now we might get slide on this trend line towards the 35 before the next leg up. Baba continuing its journey from the low 60s, now above the 108, 80% or more since the low. Yeah, 90% bull run on the Baba, but don't get FOMO. Trade the chart. Remember, look left. See where price came from. Price came all the way from the 323.25 area all the way to the 60. So if Baba will continue its journey to the upside, looking left, it has a lot more to go up. So, once again, always look at what you can do to change your status. If it's hard for you to day trade, stop day trading. Go swing trading. If it's hard for you to see big losses, so cut your losses earlier. Take time off the screen. Take time off trading. Work on your mental preparation and on your mental strength. I hope you find this video helpful. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And until the next video, stay safe.